Well, I got bad news. My friends, the civility is coming undone.
Keep going.
This is a horrifying and tragic story.
Oh, I'm terrified.
I bring you now to San Francisco, to the vile streets,
No!
where a YouTuber was detained for defecating in Nancy Pelosi's driveway during live stream. What has become of our great nation?
On live stream? What platform was he
How
streaming
did they
to?
get away with this?
So apparently this guy's homeless.
Oh.
And he was making a
Okay.
point about Pelosi.
Oh.
And he said that was for President Trump. And I'm just like, the video Poop Pelosi was watched 19,000 times before it was removed from YouTube.
My goodness.
He called the incident a peaceful protest.
Yeah?
He should have called it a biohazard. So I said F this guy on Twitter because I'm like, and you know, okay, maybe I should chill a little bit, but come on, man. You know,
Come on.
Come on, man.
come on, man.
Don't poop on people's stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's her driveway.
That's fair.
No, I just don't like the idea of protesters going to people's houses and making a thing of it because the left has been doing that. And you're just if we're going to play this game where the left and the right are like, all right, we'll one up each other.
Dude, it's why the kings built castles in the first place, because the people would go to their house. So they're like, we need walls. It's just coming full circle.
You mean, but like small castles.
Well, at first they would build a keep. Like
Yeah.
they build a wall, and then they build a bastion around their keep, which is like a wall around their walled house, so that you really
Got to
couldn't
keep
get
the
in.
peasants out, man.
I know.
You know the peasants.
Disgruntled peasants will go to the leader's house.
And apparently poop on it.
So that's
all right, okay. Well,
maybe we got to
we
build
got-
castles in the sky.
we got to figure out
Floating islands.
what's going on at the core of this scandal.
Yeah, I want to know.
Poop gate, Pelosi poop gate. I don't know. So they say the live stream shows a man known as Mando walk to the House Speaker's home, stand in the driveway, survey his surroundings, and then squatted and defecated in front of the home. They say Mando said that his comment about Trump was satire, and he supports the president's accomplishment, but fears America is becoming one big burned down city. In a subsequent video, Mando said he was detained by officers of the Bay Area Rapid Transit Police. It was scary, man. They asked me about Kamala Harris and how I joked on the stream that if she lived in San Francisco, I'd S on her house too. They weren't effing playing. It was scary. I thought my life was over in that moment. He told his viewers. They kept asking me, are you this? Are you that? Are you Antifa? And the Capitol Police were definitely watching my channel because I could hear them on radio like, tell him to turn off the stream. What is this cat doing?
He wants to play.
He's tripping.
A BART police spokesperson told the New York Post that law enforcement officials do not have additional information to release on his detainment. I guess he didn't get arrested.
Oh, wow.
Because it is legal.
It's legal to poop on someone's property?
But I guess it's because they decriminalized pooping in general in the streets.
Oh, this is San Francisco.
Yeah, and that's Pelosi's district, man.
Don't poop on my house if I move to San Francisco.
Seriously.
Don't move to
Don't
San
move there.
Francisco.
Yeah.
I lived there once, dude. I went to San Francisco. We went down to look at a house. I left my bag in the car. We went into the apartment. I came out, and our car window was shattered. My bag was stolen.
That sounds
Wow.
right.
It was my welcome.
That sounds like SF, man.
Yeah, welcome.
So Mando apologized to Pelosi in a now deleted tweet, writing that he wasn't proud of his actions.
Yeah.
And he harbors no ill will toward the Democratic politician, saying, I know you may not ever see this, but I want you to know I meant no foul harm yesterday when I did what I did. I'm not proud of it at all, and I just would like for you to know that. I have no ill will against you or anyone in elected officials' position. I think he's just saying that because he got detained and got freaked out when they were like, why are you pooping?
He's like, I just had to go. I didn't mean to.
I guess
No political
he
point.
said he actually is homeless.
Okay.
And so what are you going to do?
It doesn't seem malicious. Would you consider this malicious?
No. Mischievous.
Definitely mischievous.
Yeah, that's a better way to put it, I guess.
think so.
But yeah, it doesn't seem malicious.
Doesn't seem that
He
mean.
didn't seem angry. I mean, I'm just reading context.
I mean, I think the internet creates these things, and we got to be careful about it because the only reason he did it is because he knew he could film it and send it out.
Now he's going to get
and now everyone's
100,000
talking.
viewers at GoFundMe.
Right, go fund me.
Yeah. Fund the poop artist.
Help me travel across the country to
Pooping on
poop.
things.
Tell me where to poop next.
Well, we got another story in the Pelosi saga.
Oh boy.
I can't believe this one. This one is hilarious. CNBC's Jim Cramer calls Pelosi crazy Nancy to her face, then blames Donald Trump. The dude Freudian slipped.
I think he did it on purpose.
You think he did it on purpose? I don't
Yeah.
think so.
That's what I read when
So
we listened to it.
he's talking to her, and he's like, "How are we going to get?" Okay, here do they have the quote? They don't have the actual quote. They just says, "Sorry, that was the president." Where's the actual quote? Come on. Nah, he didn't. That's stupid. You need the actual quote to understand the context. They say, CNBC's Jim Cramer called House Speaker Nancy Pelosi Crazy Nancy to her face Tuesday morning, utilizing the nickname President Trump has given her. Sorry, that was the president, Cramer immediately said after the slit. I have such reverence for the office, I would never use that term. Pelosi laughed and said, but you just did, and then called Trump the master of projection. What? So then Jim Cramer went on like a tweet spree. It disgusts me that she is called Crazy Nancy. She has spent her whole life in public service. My critics didn't listen to why I mentioned it because it is horrifying. Nah, he slipped up.
Does he like Donald Trump? I can't tell.
I don't know. I mean, he did say before COVID the best numbers of our lives in terms of the economy.
So he's kind of nonpartisan?
Maybe. I don't know. No, he's calling what Trump says horrifying. He says, did anyone bother to listen to the whole interview? It was about how horrendous it is that the president calls Speaker Pelosi Crazy Nancy. It is so unfortunate and ill-advised. The people criticizing me must not have realized the point. Never should she be called that. Nah, he slipped up. He definitely slipped up.
I thought he did it, and then he was like, "Oh, that was Donald Trump." So you know what I mean? You know, I would never. Oh, cool.
We can play it. I can try to make it play. So let's see. Let's see if we can make this play, and you can actually hear what he said.
Between you and I think Secretary Mnuchin, I mean, what deal can we have, Crazy Nancy? I'm sorry, that was the president. I have such reverence for the office, I would never use that term. But it is hard,
you just did.
isn't it? Oh, come on.
But you just did.
You know what I mean.
He slipped up.
Oh,
He's slipped up.
I'm gonna disagree with you there.
You
Roll
think he
initiative.
You think he did it on roll initiative? You think he did it on purpose?
Yeah.
Why?
Because making a point about how gross it is.
Like,
he made himself look like a bad guy to show like that's a bad thing to do.
Oh! I thought you meant he was intentionally calling her crazy.
No, I think he was making a point about how.
What do you think?
I don't really know. It's hard to tell because that doesn't seem like something that would just slip out. Honestly, does it?
Yeah, it does.
Really? You think so?
It sounds to me like he slipped up. Like behind the scenes, he's like, crazy Nancy. She's always doing this. And then when he's talking to her, he's like, how can we come to a deal? You know, crazy Nancy. And then, whoa. I didn't mean it. Like you saw, he immediately was like, I didn't mean it. I didn't, that's the president.
So what you're saying is that this is basically just like locker room talk that kind of worked its way out into the conversation.
Yeah.
So I think that everyone's entitled to a little bit of locker room talk. You should be able to say whatever you want to say around just your friends or, whoever hangs out with you at home.
I just think Crazy Nancy is incorrect.
Why so?
Like she's not crazy.
She's not crazy.
She knows
She's
exactly
crooked.
what
Yeah, she's
doing.
not crazy.
No,
Yeah.
she's crooked.
Yeah.
Disconnected. She's too wealthy.
Do you see that video where she's like showing the ice cream off and she's like, I got all this expensive ice cream. Yeah. And she's laughing.
I got to get my hair done.
And everyone's
No, I haven't
like
seen that.
unemployed. Oh, yeah. The mask thing. Ladies and gentlemen, I have some art for you.
Oh, yeah, we got more art.
I got art for you.
We're such
This
art
is a better
connoisseurs.
example of what Nancy Pelosi is.
Oh,
Once again,
my.
from George Alexopoulos. For those that are just listening, I will describe it to you. The first panel is Nancy yelling, and she's sparkling. It was a setup. I was wearing my mask. Then the next panel, it gets dark, and she has the same mask. And then the next panel is her looking down and grabbing her face, and then she rips her face off. I'm wearing now. And her face is the alien from the movie They Live.
Yeah. Rowdy Piper.
Rowdy Piper. He says, I'm here to kick ass and chew bubble gum. And I'm all out of bubble gum.
That's where that line
It's the
comes
longest
Yes.
fight scene from
Oh
any
my
movie.
gosh.
Is it really?
I don't know. It goes on for like 20 minutes though.
Okay.
Them just punching each other in the face.
They Live is about Rowdy Piper. Well, he was like WWF, right?
Yeah,
Back in
big
the day.
time. He's one of the hottest WWF wrestlers against Hulk Hogan in the 80s.
That's awesome.
So he finds these sunglasses, and when he puts them on, he can see through the illusion. It's a cool movie. And there's all these people around who look like this art depiction of Nancy Pelosi's face. They're like, they have no lips and their teeth are showing, they're aliens or whatever.
Yeah.
And when he takes them off, they go back to normal. And then when he puts them back on, he looks like a billboard, and it says obey. He takes them off, and it's like, enjoy sweet, sweet cola. And he's like, whoa. And then he looks at money, and the money says, this is your God.
It was prolific for its
Dude,
time.
it's amazing.
It got a lot of traction in about 2012 when the truther movement really struck the internet, and they love that movie.
They live.
Interesting.
So anyway, this art is it's based on Nancy Pelosi, where she went to the hair salon, and she wasn't wearing a mask, and she was getting her hair done in the salon, and then she blamed the salon, saying, I was set up. I was wearing my mask. And then
That's
she
so
rips her face
clever.
off. Yeah, it's brilliant.
I love it.
It's like,
So
yeah, she's
Uh,
disconnected, man. That's my take on it. She's just doesn't
Yeah,
know what she,
like
you
her
got to
face
take the
here.
hit. You got to not go out and do that stuff. if you're a politician.
show more of his art.
Look at this.
That is I'll
Yeah,
we'll
there's
zoom in.
Nancy right there. Oh.
So this is
look
from
at
this
it.
is a book we got sent from George, and it's really, really amazing stuff. He's G Prime 85 on Twitter, and the cover is just Nancy Pelosi shredding the Trump's speech. It's
the State of the
look at her
Union.
face. Oh my, it's amazing art.
So neat.
It's just so good.
The
I
lighting
don't
is
know
so
what that
good.
is. Just people.
Victim comics.
Oh, it's a Trump supporter on the back.
cool.
Yeah.
So anyway, when she ripped up the speech, when she's eating the ice cream, ivory tower Nancy, but it's not alliterative, you know. Crazy Nancy isn't either. How do you do? What's an N word?
Yeah, negative's too long.
Negligent?
So
No.
too long. Yeah, it's a long word.
The idea is that she's disconnected is good, but doesn't get to the core of what she is, in my opinion.
Princess Pelosi.
Like Princess Pelosi.
That's what I
That's
came
pretty
up
good.
with.
Yeah.
I think that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's got her ice cream. She's got her hairdo.
And let them eat cake.
Yeah.
It makes her sound young, which she wants. So maybe
Yeah.
it's not the right.
Then the
Old lady Pelosi. No,
the
that's-
wicked
Yeah, see?
Nancy of the West.
Yeah, I like that
Princess.
too. I like the wicked Nancy of the West.
Because
over
she
there
is
on the
she is
West
in
Coast.
over on the West Coast. So
I think Princess Pelosi's pretty good.
I like that.
Princess Pelosi.
Yeah.
I mean, but princess is usually like a positive connotation.
No,
Right.
it's
Like
very
a young, beautiful.
so well among girls. It's very negative. If you're a princess, you're high maintenance. You know, you get your hair done all the time. You got the long nails. You got you got the Uggs.
Yeah, and I don't think she's not like that really, but the fact that she went and had to get her hair done in the middle of this when other
Very
people aren't
high
supposed to,
maintenance. Yeah.
it's really like she doesn't have control or something.
But they've all it's not just her.
Lori Lightfoot did it.
And didn't Gretchen Whitmer do it?
I'm sure she did.
It's been a whole bunch of different politicians but I have to get my hair done.
I'm in the public eye.
And it's not dudes, is it?
No, I don't think so.
Because the guys wake up with their hair all greasy and they're like, just
Cool.
splash it with water and comb it to the side and I'm good to go. Or they put on a beanie because they don't have hair.
that works too.
But these female politicians, we've seen several of them say, I have to be the public face, so I'm going to go to the salon, even though no one is allowed to.
Yeah, like Chris Cuomo's the male version, going out, telling people he's not going out, but going out.
Yes, exactly.
Well, he's not a politician, though.
No, he's not.
His brother is.
Did you see Tucker Carlson at Central Park fishing?
Super old video.
That guy walked up to him.
Joey Boots, man.
He held it together.
That was so
Tucker?
fun.
Yeah, Tucker was.
That's Tucker's a cool dude.
Yeah, I like him.
That's sad. Joey was a cool dude. He died a little while ago,
Oh.
and I knew him. And he's the famous guy who I don't know if he's the guy who made up the Baba Booey thing, but he would run up to news cameras and yell
Oh.
Baba Booey, Baba
Oh,
Booey.
awesome.
Howard Stern's penis, Baba
Yeah.
Booey, Baba Booey. And so he would walk around New York filming people, and he didn't realize he was talking to Tucker. I guess back then, that's a really, really old video.
Oh.
I don't think Tucker was that famous back then.
Oh, okay.
Like he was, like he was.
I thought it was
'cause,
COVID
he was,
stuff,
He was
so
the bow
that's
tie
cool.
guy.
I was like,
No,
he doesn't have his
no.
mask on. He's at the
That was
Central Park.
so long ago,
There we
dude.
go.
So long ago. But
Good
yeah,
to
if you
know.
didn't see it, this video surfaced of Joey Boots. He was a friend of the Howard Stern show, and he like sees Tucker Carlson fishing in Central Park, and he's like, "What are you doing?" Tucker's like, "Fishing," and he's like, "You can fish here?" And he's like, "Yeah." And Tucker's just like, "You're filming me?" And he goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "Why?" He's like, "'Cause I'm allowed to." And he goes, "I'm not questioning your right to do it. I'm just wondering why you are." And then after a couple seconds, Tucker just explains to him fly fishing. He's like, "Let me show you," and he like shows his
That's
his
so
baits
neat.
and
I
everything.
thought that was
and-
really nice.
yeah, and it was like a regular conversation.
Yeah, that
and
was
it's
cool.
kind of it's cool. It's cool, and it's kind of sad because Joey was a cool dude. He's kind of a troublemaker.
The character.
Yeah,
Okay.
his character.
So that's not the male version of Nancy Pelosi. It has
Tucker-
nothing to do with
No way.
Nothing
going
yeah,
on
he's
right
the
now.
polar opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you thinking?
upset. Oh, just how are people obsessed with their own personal well-being in a time where they're asking everyone to take a sacrifice? And
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe it's. I don't want to blame it on females, but looking good for the camera is,
the
women
men aren't
getting
doing
their
it.
hair
Very
done and their
vain.
makeup done is
Yeah.
like I don't really like that stuff anyway, personally.
Unless I'm missing something, I'm not seeing guys do it.
Get
And
their
it's
nails
probably
done.
because the guys wake up and they wash their hair and they comb it and they walk out. But women like it's why hair services for men can be cheaper depending. I mean, you have long flowing locks, Ian.
Oh,
so your hair service.
Thank you for
probably-
noticing.
You probably have expensive hair treatment for for your hair.
I use baby shampoo.
Do you
That
really?
works.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I just mean like
Anti-dandruff.
if you went to a salon that you have a lot of hair to work with, they're going to charge you a lot more. So
Yep.
guys tend to have short hair. They're kind of like whatever, just
Yeah,
Yeah.
salons as a business are kind of, a interesting phenomenon.
So the reason that it costs more, this is actually for the exact same reason that women.
pink tax.
No,
That's it.
okay,
Feminism, patriarchy.
Yes, it's the pink tax. That's all there is to it. No, women's hair is layered. It's longer. Women are more picky. It takes longer for them to do it. And the same thing goes with women's clothes. When you dry clean it, there's a lot more tucks and pleats, and it's more tailored and it's more fitted, and it requires a lot more like
Would it-
actual structured.
Would it be cruel and unusual punishment if we said that any politician who violates the COVID lockdown to get their hair cut had to get their heads shaved?
Ooh.
And then like Lori Lightfoot, Gretchen Whitmer, and Pelosi all got their heads shaved?
I think the answer is yes.
That does seem kind of unusual, if nothing else.
Cruel. But there have been instances of unusual punishment.
Yeah.
Like I remember seeing stories where like a judge sentenced some dude to like hold a sign by the freeway.
Who? What happened?
I don't know. It was something like he had to hold a sign saying like he was a shoplifter or something.
Oh.
And the guy was like,
that.
he's like, it's like either that or you go to jail. And he's like, I'll take the sign. And so it's kind of unusual, but wouldn't like, I don't know what the exact story was, but wouldn't you rather hold a sign by a freeway than go to jail?
Oh,
Yeah.
because it wasn't cruel. So it has to be cruel and unusual, not
Oh,
cruel
is
or
it?
unusual.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think for
okay.
women, that shaving your head like that would be cruel and unusual.
Because it's got to
Honestly.
take a long time
Yeah.
to grow back.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they really care about it. So.
What if you had to dress up like a clown? Like,
Now we're
oh,
talking.
you want to look good for the camera? Well, now
here
you
you go.
have mandatory clown duty, and you have to dress up like a
I
clown
used to
for
do
I
that.
like
as
that.
I used to do that as a job.
You actually did.
You were
it
a clown?
for
I dress up as Woody
That's
from
great.
Toy Story,
That's not
Darth
too bad.
Vader, clown, and then I'd make balloon animals for kids at their
Oh,
birthdays.
how funny.
It
I
was
like
fun.
that.
Thanks for checking out this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. We do the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. So come back to check us out when we go live. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, and we are also available on all podcast platforms for free if you want to listen to us there. Thanks for hanging out, and we will see you all next time.